Welcome back to Disrupt FM. My name is Strikes, and we're locked into episode 3, Jazz Hands. Big thanks to my dad for this one. He showed me a lot of these comedy records when we used to go skiing when I was a child, and they made quite the impact on me and the show, so hope you enjoy.
Okay, let's get started. We're having some fun though, aren't we, kids? How many people are here tonight? Raise them up. Still $4? Get in, $4.
That's not bad though, you know, $4 in today's world with inflation and all that. It's like nothing.
It's like, gee, I got $4. I think I'll throw it out in the street. Oh, I can come in here for $4?
What happens?
See, this is not Las Vegas, you know, Las Vegas is $15 to get in. But it's worth it, because there's a million people on stage, and everything's moving real fast, and you can't understand a word they say, but it doesn't matter. You just sit there, you go,
Wow, look at the tits! I'll bet there's 57 tits.
But this is $4, you know, it's like, rent a car. And the opening act in Vegas is always like a pop singer, you know, and they bring him out. He's really good, but he moves so fast. He's got like 15 minutes, got to get it all in. They introduce him, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Johnny Duke, let's bring him up.
Sammy Davis Jr., personal friend of mine. Okay, now I'd like to do a little dancing for you. Here we go. It's impossible to put a Cadillac in your nose. It's just impossible. Okay, now do a couple of gambling jokes for you. Okay, the hills rely with the sound of money. Like it.
Do I look all right? Pounds around like that. But anyway, as I was saying, we're basically into the intellectual scene up here, and that's why we're not into that kind of entertaining. And it is an intellectual talent. I enjoy coming here. Like, for example,
See, things are always happening to me up here that are just so above everything else. Like before the show, I was standing backstage and a couple came back and they asked me if I was bi. And, well, I studied a little Spanish in high school, but not enough to really be bi, you know, but I didn't want to look stupid, so I said, yeah, I'm bi. And they said, well, we'd like you to come over after the show because we got some S&M people coming over. And I said, hey, great, Spaniards and Mexicans. So it'll be interesting to go there after the show, speak a little Spanish, and have the intellectual thing. This is what I mean.
What's your process like making music these days? Do you make much? Not so much? How would you say?
I'm trying to figure out where do I sit. You know, I don't even know what I am. Maybe I'm nothing. Maybe I'm not supposed to be anything. I'd like to, but it's just not coming. I'm just trying to find out what makes me feel the best.
story about my case, my skin, my race, feeling displaced. The sun may shine for you, my friend, rain fills my eyes. There are all these signs all across the wall, so tall, can't get over it. No blind, no Irish, no blind, no Irish, no blind, no Irish, no blind, no
Break bread, take the ball to my brother. They mark us down as an order, so they can teach they're above you. Now from the writings on the walls to the signs on the corner shop, built an empire off of us. Now they label us foreigners. As we try, brother, we can only just believe that every time, brother, there was it to deceive just you and time, brother. That's all that they can see. They'll never know how we can do.
no blind, no Irish, no blind, no Irish, no blind, no Irish, no blind, no Irish.
And I know that the signs may change till the times ain't paved in gold.
And I know you're my friend until that time when I'm alone.
So we roll every land, every place, every corner that we call home.
For a room, we still got so far to go. No blood, no Irish, no blood, no Irish, yeah, no blood now.
So now I'm up in the courts, pleading my case in the witness box, telling the judge and the jury the same thing that I said to the cops on the day that I got arrested. I'm innocent, I protested. She just feels rejected. Had a heart broken by someone she's obsessed with, but she likes the sound of my music. She makes her a fan of my music. So while love falls down, makes her lose it, 'cause she can't separate the man from the music. And I'm saying all this in the stand, when my girl cries tears in the gallery. This has got bigger than I ever could have planned. Like that song by the few times Valerie, so the jury don't look like they're buying it. And this is making me nervous. Arms crossed, screen face like I'm trying it. The eyes fixed on me like a murderer's. They wanna lock me up or throw away the key. They wanna send me down, even though I told them she said I love you, boy, I love you so. She said I love you, baby, oh, 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 oh. Yes, she did. She said I love you more than words can say. She said I love you, baby. Treat me this way. You don't know my love is. You wouldn't do this if you did. Oh,
regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Regulators! Mount up.
It was a clear black night. A clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the E, so I could get some phones. Rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Ain't no car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All of you skirts know what's up with 213.
Hooks a left on 21 and Lewis. Some brothers shooting dice, so I said, let's do this. I jumped out the ride and said, what's up? Some brothers pulled some gas, so I said, I'm stuck.
These girls peeping me, I'm gonna glide this word. These hookers looking so hard, they straight hit the curve. Won't you think of better things than some horny tricks? I see my homie and some suckers all in his mix.
I'm getting jacked, I'm breaking myself. I can't believe they taking Warren's wealth. They took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's
homie hand up and they all around. Can't come up seeing if they going straight down for pound. They wanna come up real quick before they start to clown. I best pull out my strap and lay busters down.
I got guns in my head, I think I'm going down. I can't believe it's happening in my own town. Wings I would fly, let me contemplate. I glance in the cut and I see my homie 16 in the clip and running the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make somebody's turn cold. They dropping and yelling, it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G.
I got to talk. I gotta tell what I feel. I gotta talk about my life. I got to talk. I gotta tell what I feel. I gotta talk about my life as I
This goes out to you.
most to invest and your flow heart was never dead.
Bigger than your glimmer, never give me way. Set in stone, not your mold, time will never trade.
Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder how I've been, how I've been? Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder how I've been, how I've been?
Yeah, you said you're gonna call, but you never called. Said you would be there, wasn't there at all. Said you'd make it fair, we were playing ball. Said you pick me up on any day, got fooled. Trust, I had to pick myself up. I held my head, had to teach myself stuff. How to shave, how to keep my nails cut. How the people in the grave wish they could have held us, And now it's something that my mother tells us. Loving don't fade even when the hell does. You were magic, and yo, I wish you could have held up to the visions in my head of a father unstuck. Yo, but yo, I guess it's just luck. If a father really cares, tryna get a quick nut, but still I call, tryna tell him what's up, cause I could never give it up, like,
did you ever wonder how I've been, how I've been? Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder how I've been?
Yep.
How I've been.
The way mama raised me never felt like daddy missing. Never let me question or mention if daddy distant. Focus on what he did, never what daddy didn't. Cause for many young boys, that's all they get to envision. Listen, the fathers in my house were women. Put their strength inside of me and put their soul in the kitchen. Working the night shift so we ain't skipping our dinners. Always gave me a choice and put my faith in the mission. Well, maybe he was scared, I was scared too. But walking through the fire is something that dads do. If I don't break the chains, no change in the cycle. Now I have the chance, there's nothing I won't do. Dads saw themselves as providers of the type of wealth you only measure in finance. All I ever wanted was some loving reminders that you still think about me when your soul getting tired.
Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder,
did you ever wonder
how I've been, how I've been?
You never asked how I felt.
Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder how I've been, how I've been?
Time for the woman, look what the womb done made you a father. Speaking in mother tongue, we keep putting out fire. But if you tell me again, I should smile. I'm your east, I'm your south, I'm your quick to the nails. Wash your mouth when you wish to go a woman down. I could be handsome, shit I feel handsome. Another day in the life of the story. Takes you a daughter to realize our glory. I wish you knew you've always been half of us too.
Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder, did you ever how I've been, how I've been? Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder how I've been, how I've been? Have you ever wondered, did you ever wonder how I've been, how
Well, that's it for this week's show. Thanks for tuning in. Big shouts out to Mirror Maze, Manifolds, and the homie, Vial. Final thoughts this episode. BPM is an illusion. Everything's in 4/4 if you stop counting like a nerd. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode of Disrupt FM.
When you're with me, it's like being at Shaky's Pizza all the time, you know, it's just... Way down upon the Swan. Oh, excuse me. Now I ask you very confidentially, way down upon the Swan. Can I have a little mood lighting on this, please? I'd like to do a thing now that's kind of a departure for me. It's kind of been more into these mood lighting, like a blue spot.
Hello? Nobody back there? That's okay. Thought there might be somebody back there. Okay,
I guess I figured closing night, you know what, that doesn't make a difference.
kind of pissed off about this because it's been going on all week, and I think by now I have it under control. But see, this club has been in business about 5 to 6 years.
First, actually, the Troubadour first, and then it became the boarding house, and then
they still have a lot of hippies working here, and
I can understand the drug thing, so they feel that it's more important to pick the guns than to do a good show. I'm really up to here with this. It's just a matter that I am on stage, and it's my asshole. You know what I mean? And I come out, and I'm giving, and I'm giving, and I'm giving, and I keep giving, and I give some more, and I make a simple report. I say, hey, could I possibly have a blue? But I guess the lighting group they know a little bit more about show business than I do. Although I've been in the business a few years, I think I know what works best. I'm sorry, but I'm great. I come out here and I try to get a little cooperation from the backstage crew. I'm sorry, I'm pissed! I'm sorry.